So without much ado, I'm not going to talk on this aspect. I'll get Alka to share this aspect of the RAS and build the cup, the importance of it. You'll understand. Thank you, Alka.
Thank you, David.
By the way, there's a bill, 1,000 rupees for being late too.
Yes, absolutely. I'm going to say something to you. When you feel sluggish, when you feel low, when you feel like not doing something, just think about your thoughts. Just think, do you feel very sleepy when you don't feel like doing something? So why this is happening to you? First of all. So I want to bring you all to a point. Everybody has just put it on my radar right now to talk about RS. Now what happens is when we are feeling low, just go back to yourself, go within yourself and think, why am I feeling low? Okay. Now I'll give you a place where you're feeling very excited. Like you have to make a nice meal for somebody, or someone is you're going to meet a nice friend of yours and you're anticipating great conversation with your friend, or you are looking forward to meeting somebody, or anything, going for a movie, for example, going for a party for some people. So it depends on what is making you happy. Think about both the situations and think which situation, why is it making you the feel it is making you feel. There is something known as the reticular activating system. This is lying at the base of the brain. This is just above the spinal cord at the level of the cerebellum, behind the cerebellum. It's a small little thing. This is such an important organ. Whatever Anda has spoken today, if you have realized what she has done through her vision board. Vision we saw. Vision is not something you write on the board and you just leave it somewhere. Vision is not a to-do list. Vision is a picture in your mind which is full of feelings. It is part of your system. It's part of who you want to become, and you feel it, you see it, you talk it, you drink it. That's what David was saying just now. You eat it 24/7. That is what the vision is about. Okay? Now I'll just throw this phone. It's gone in the bathroom. So now I'm just trying to tell you what the reticular activating system is. It is responsible for your attention. If we are feeling lazy, if we are procrastinating, if we don't feel like doing something, that is our reticular activating system is also going to become sluggish. I always tell that sluggish minds and the sick minds, they become sluggish in the body also. We don't want to do exercise, we don't want to think. So we have to actually activate our reticular activating system. We have to activate our activity in our body, the excitement we have to create. Nobody is going to come from the sky and create the excitement for us. We have to create the excitement and the will to do things by our own self. Anda did it by putting up her goals. She made a vision board. So why vision board? Because when you make a visual picture of something and when you're looking at it, you have made it yourself. You have felt it. You have emotionalized it. You have verbalized it, and you have made it yourself. And this is who you want to become. So that is what you're concentrating on. Now when you're concentrating on that which is made by you with all your heart and soul and everything, your essence of yourself, automatically is going to excite you. So keeping it somewhere nearby, see, keeping it in your bedroom, in your drawing room, you can keep it in 3 places, you can keep it in 4 places, you can keep it in your workplace also. Like today, David was telling Rama to keep pictures of your family photographs around you, some loving pictures, you and your husband, you and your child, or your grandmother, or whoever. So keeping these pictures around you, in front of you, and when you are looking at these pictures, there is a reaction which is coming between your eyes, your visual cortex, and your RAS, reticular activating system. When the reticular activating system is activated, what happens? There is excitement. There is all kinds of chemical reactions which are taking place. Chemicals are being produced, the positive hormones are being produced, and these are the ones which are responsible for propelling you forward. Not that you know the steps what you want to do. You have put up a vision that I want to walk a marathon. You have put up a vision, I want to walk a half marathon, full marathon, half, 1/4 marathon, whatever it may be. And now you are wondering, what am I supposed to do? Automatically one day you will find a friend who's ringing you up and will ask you, hey, come on, yeah, let's go for a walk. Or you'll find, but these are the signals which are coming from the universe. You'll find a person or somebody you will meet, you'll get a phone call, but it is for us to align ourselves to this signals which are coming from the universe, and it's about being connected to divinity to be able to understand why the signals are coming to me. If we ignore these signals, then you're lost. But if you're feeling that I want to do a marathon, yes, I want to do it, I want to do it, I want to do it, and you're feeling it and feeling it and feeling it, automatically you connect with that signal, and that is the function of the reticular activating system. That is responsible for your sleep and wake cycle. It's responsible for your attention, for your excitement, and all of that. I hope I've answered your question, David. So it's about feeling the excitement, anchoring on that excitement, making your vision board as your anchor, and then depending on it for your excitement, for your will to do what you want to do, feeling good about yourself. Now I'm going to remind you of a song in my time that used to be, how many of you can tell me, you can raise your hand, and the song is, there's a hole in your bucket, dear Liza, there's a hole in your bucket, dear Liza. So then he asks, he tells her, this is Henry who's telling to Eliza, there's a hole in your bucket. But Eliza is carrying the bucket of water, and he's telling her that there's a hole in your bucket. Then she says, then Henry says, then she says, what should I do, dear Henry? What can I do, dear Henry? Fix up your hole, dear Liza. How do I fix up, dear Henry? Put some straw in it, use some straw. So the song is very long, but there is an essence to this song. It's a going about in circles. But the context that we're talking about today is leaky bucket. I don't know how many of you have heard this song. Show me with your raise of hand how many have heard this song. Yes. Yeah, Mariam, and we are all old timers and we have heard this. But I'll tell you what, just go back and listen to the song. You'll feel a kind of, it's like a nursery rhyme. Today, even my child is using it, as a nursery rhyme. But there's a fun element in this song, and there is a nonsense element in this song, but there's a childishness in this song. But the withdrawals which come from a leaky bucket are many. We may be doing everything possible in our life to work very hard, to become productive, to have peak performance. We are doing focus, we are making our vision board, we are making our slotting of time, and we are doing everything we can. But what is draining us of our energy, we don't take care of that. I can tell you for sure, just now when I started the session, there was a call from my friend, and she rang up 5 times. I am telling that I'm not picking up the phone. One has to understand that there is a reason why I'm not picking up the phone. She called up 6 times. I'm not listening to the message, but I can tell you one thing. Her message will be, why can't you pick up the phone? Because she can't understand that these are the things which are draining our energy. She is a person who is very hyper about her work. She's very focused. She'll keep her time slots, but when there's a slight element of change here and there, she's lost. And she's very poor in time management. See, time management has to be done by all of us, but we have to keep some extra space here and there. There is some kind of a problem which comes up. Suddenly it comes up. Like today it happened with me. I wasn't supposed to go where I went. I went for a short while, very, very close by, but when I was coming back, there was a traffic jam. Something happened. So things happen. Things go wrong all the time. We are faced with all kinds of problems in our life. We can't run away from problems. We cannot run away from sickness. We cannot run away from the uncertainty of life. We cannot run away from the unknown. So we've got to be prepared for that. But what I'm trying to say is there are some things which are in our hands. There are some things which are not in our hand. Those things, keep it aside. But what is in our hand is to get hold of and put the straw in the hole in the bucket so that we don't get drained with our negativity, with our anger, with our hatred, with our not being able to do something. There are so many things which are stopping us from doing what we want to do. I want you all to share one word in the chat box. What is stopping us and what is the negativity, how we are creating our own negativity. And then we will talk about what we can do to solve these things. We got to be aware that this is what is draining me. So this girl, I'm giving her an example because she's the one who is just right now, she'll put up a LinkedIn post and she'll send me a message that please give comments. I'm not free to give comments. I don't have time to give comments. So after 5 days, she'll write a big lecture to me that I've written to you 4 times, 5 times, you're not giving me comments. Then I told her, don't do this to yourself. I'm not getting bothered by your comments, but You are the one who is suffering more because you are so hyper with your comments and your outside picture of who you are. Friends, we're all hungry for validation, for appreciation, for being noticed, for being acknowledged. But the first thing I ask you is acknowledge yourself. Are we acknowledging ourselves? What are we doing so that we feel validated within ourselves? How much time are we spending with our own selves doing this? Are we even connected with our own selves? The first step to fill the bucket is to fill yourself with your own connections, your conversations about yourself. What is it that I have within me? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? How can I concentrate on my strengths? Am I emotionally intelligent? Am I doing the right thing? Like David always says, when he meets somebody, he always says, I always think about, did I leave that person a little better? Did I leave the situation a little better? So what can I do? What is the question I asked you? To write down in the chat box. Anybody? Procrastination, yes. But there's only one answer so far. Procrastination and procrastination. What else? What else is draining us? What else is draining our bucket? Self-doubt. Okay. What are we saying? Words that we say. Our self-doubt to ourselves. Okay, I'm not good enough. I cannot do this. I cannot do that. Excessive thinking, analysis, worrying, getting angry. Very important. I said, what is okay? Yeah, okay. Thank you. There is one word I was asking in the Fire to Wire. What is your word for 2025? One word. Decide for yourself. What is that one word for 2025? And that one word that I learned from my Confelicity. Confelicity means to feel happy in the happiness of others, to feel happy in the success of others. The question to you is, manifestation will become angry and overwhelmed. Action. Action is stopping you, Fatima? Inconsistency is stopping you? Yes, inconsistency is stopping you. Yes, so thank you so much. So now I'll say that what can we do to fill ourselves up? This vision board is one of the methods of making us a project for our own selves so that we can follow something in our life and we can move forward with that. And more than that, that is one of the ways of putting your attention on something that you want to achieve. So what are you doing for your personal goals? What are you doing for the things which keep you angry and reactive and negative, and you are so waiting like a, when the football is being played, there's a goalkeeper there. The goalkeeper is telling that, okay, I'm going to take this ball from you. But what we are doing is we are behaving like goalkeepers for other people's negativity to come on us. How many of you feel that we take on a lot of negativity from others? I'm not saying don't listen to people. Do listen to people. Do listen to them, because if they are there, somebody has to listen to them. My question to you is your own negativity, your own anger, your own jealousy, your own feeling unhappy about others feeling happy, your own need for validation. I think it gets finished when you start validating yourself, when you fill your cup yourself, when you realize that I am enough, whatever I am doing is good enough for me, and feel that feeling that I'm proud of who I am, I'm proud of what I am doing in my life, and that pride will come from the work that you're doing. And I've seen about the reticular activity system also acts over here. When we want to do something in our life, if we are not fully immersed in it, if you're doing it from a superficial level, if the purpose behind it is to get validation, it will never happen at its best. It will happen at its best only when I do it with my heart, with my soul, because I want to do it best. Like David says, it need not be perfect, it has to be excellent. When I aim for excellence, I will get excellence. If I'm aiming for validation, I'll get nothing. If I'm aiming for someone to say good things to me, I'm not going to get anything. Let me tell you that. And think about it, friends. Think about it. How many times we have done something in our life because we want validation. I have a friend, she went for this, she was in my gym, both of us were doing the gym together, and her teacher, her coach was making her do too much on the treadmill. She could not do it. She told the coach, I cannot do it. And she was my age, and he didn't listen to her. And she tore her anterior cruciate ligament. And I asked her one day, that after 10 years, I asked her this question, after about 10 months, I asked her this question, that why were you doing this for so much of things? So she told me something that I wanted to show to my husband, that not only he can run, I can also run. So that's not going to help us, friends. If the purpose behind doing something is wrong, it's going to hurt us somewhere. Reticular endothelial system, your brain is fully aware of your feelings. It's fully aware of your positivity, it's fully aware of your negativity. So one of the negative things which is draining us is our ego. I always talk about ego because the ego is the topmost reason which is spoiling our lives. Because we keep our ego here, and that is what is draining. It's a leakage in our bucket. So do what you have to do. We are doing the things which we are doing, but be careful. Do not hurt the ego of others, and keep your own ego as low as possible. People are there, they love you. You got to show your love to them. But if you're not, if you're going to be talking to the people in a condescending way, not going to happen. It's not, nothing is going to happen. So being humble, being simple, and David says simplicity and humility. Being humble, being simple, and being grateful, friends. Not to forget that word gratitude. These are the things which can fill your cup. I can tell you thousand and one number of times I find myself feeling so low. You feel, what do I do? I just think of what beautiful things I have in my life. I get sometimes very angry with my patient, with my staff, with so many things. And then I sit back and I just sit quietly and I say, no, Alka, you're not going there. There's so much beautiful things you have in your life. And when I start feeling gratitude, when I start appreciating the people in my life, the situations in my life, the things in my life, whatever I have, whatever I'm blessed with, I automatically lift myself up. I automatically have my vibrations up. So friends, think about what I'm talking about and tell me now, write in the chat box, what can you do for yourself to become the best version of yourself? Imagine what you want to become. And when you imagine what you want to become, that person, so for me, it is like I want to become an absolutely calm person. I don't want to get angry with my staff. I don't want to get angry with anybody. I want to stay calm because everybody is doing the best that they can. And that is my aim for 2025. I'm not going to scream at these people. And every time I feel like saying something to somebody, nasty or sarcastic. So again, nasty and sarcasm drains you in your bucket. So I realize that I'm going to be mindful. I'm going to be aware of my words, my thoughts, my speech, my behavior. And I'm going to take a shot, a stop. I'm going to go back. And I'm going to say, no, I'm not going there. And let me tell you, I'm doing this for the last 9 days. And it's not easy, but it is not difficult also. It is doable. But doing it every moment is very, very important. Just think about it. What kind of person you want to become, you will become that person. No leakages in your bucket. So out of 10 times, if you are making a mistake 9 times now, slowly and slowly and slowly and slowly, it will become 8 times, then 7 times, then 6 times, and then we will be winners. So that is one way of filling a bucket. Think about the things that you want to do, which make you really, really happy, which raise your vibration, which fills you up with happiness, which fills you up with a lot of love for others. And I tell you, I don't know how many of you have felt that feeling of tingling which comes in your body, in your mind, in your spirit. How many of you have felt? Show me with the raise of your hands. When you're very, very excited and happy, not excited actually, when you're connecting with somebody, when you're connecting with God, for example. I don't know. I feel that connection and I feel it in 5 to 5 a lot of times. A lot of times I feel it in 5 to 5 in the morning. I get goosebumps. That is the time when you get goosebumps. So that is the time when you're totally connected to the reticular activating system. And David, you have put this reticular activating system for me, and it's really beautiful because it's the main area for attention. It helps me in my filling my cup, it helps me in my leaky bucket, it helps me in my vision board, and it helps me in everything. The sleep and wake cycle. When you feel very sleepy during the day, think about your vision board, think about the good thing that you want to do, and I can tell you the vibration will be raised. These are the things I want to share with you. Thank you so much. I don't want to talk. I can go on and on. Over to you, David. Thank you very much, all of you, for being here and for listening to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Alka. There's a reason why I threw it at you. A two-edged sword there. So you'll understand what I mean by that. The key element when we get out of the RAS is this one thing and one thing only. Please write this down. The RAS is the brain's personal assistant. The RAS is your brain's personal assistant. How many of you have wanted to go and buy a car or do something, and you've gone and done it, and then you came out of the shop and all of a sudden there seemed to be an abundance of that floating around? Anyone experience that? You went to sign for a car and that particular color comes out. That's your RSI working for you. See, unknowingly it is happening. And the same thing happens. The RSI is highly influenced by emotions. That's why we talk about pulling emotions in. And at the same time, the RSI responds to repetition. How many remember when you're doing a multiplication table, until you repeated it 1001 times, you never sunk into it. So therefore, when you put your vision board up, and you've got this floating around in you, and you're seeing it constantly, 24/7, you're walking, talking, living, breathing, even in the toilet, you're thinking about it. That's when this thing just triggers automatically. Your RSI works with you. And that's why some people get the goals achieved. Someone mentioned about Arnold Schwarzenegger the other day, or early today, this week. The same thing happened with Michael Phelps, Roger Bannister. You can quote instance after instance. Now, if you cannot sink this in and apply that and still find an excuse, help me, I can't let go. Take note of this. You have 225, you have the team energy that's going to work with you. You've got the regular accountability partners put in place for you now to utilize them. And your manifestation of your goals is going to be effective. But if you are lazy, slow, sitting back, aram se, next year will come again, or if you're, let me point out, if you're in a gloom state, straight away pick up that frequency chart that Alka put up and raise your frequency to 300, 350 cycles per second. Become the master of your own ship. You can't say any more than that. The repeated exposure of these images in you imprints in you. It images in. Write this word down. Images in, not imagination. It images in. And when it images in, it reinforces the significance for you to manifest it. That's the power of this thing we're talking about. Priyanka, can you come on screen, please? Falia, I can't pronounce your name. Eugene, please, you guys come on screen. You're not here for a black screen. I hate talking to black screens. Thank you. Now, one of the key things you got to then understand is, why is this here? Why did I all of a sudden think of RSI to get Alka to talk about it? Alka, when did I ask you to do that? About afternoon, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock? Can't hear you. You're muted, my dear.
I didn't check the time. I just saw it when I put on my phone. I mean, David sends messages at midnight and any time. So today it was in the daytime. Suddenly remember something and put it on the
And don't complain, okay?
And I
didn't say anything. I just laughed.
I don't say David because I like it, I love challenges. I love because I have to say something interesting, something exciting. So I said, yeah, I'll do it, definitely. It's my answer.
But the key element out of this, you got to now understand, guys, is it is not just a tool, it's not anything else, but you've got to take your ownership on it. You want a better life, you want to make 2025 significant, shift. As I showed you on that particular screen before I get Fatima on stage, I just want to share a little bit so you get a feel for what we're talking about and get a feel for why this is so significant. When I first decided to go to India in '98, I want you to understand this. I knew nobody. Email was not on. Hello? Hear me? Email was not on. No mobile phones was on. In fact, it was so good that when I landed in Calcutta, I went to a telephone company. I can't remember what it was back then. And I said, I'm going to be traveling to India. What sort of SIM card can I get? You know what he said to me? You don't have one global SIM card for India. I said, oh, really? I said, I'm going to 14 different states. He said, you need to buy 14 SIM cards. And I asked him the question, what if I go from one state to the next state? And he said, very simple. change the SIM card. I said, how will the people know my number? He said, make a photocopy of it and send it to all your friends. Now, this is for real. That has gone. Today you can download all of these pictures on screen and you can put it up on your vision board. I used to get managers to go to their second-hand shop and buy carton loads of magazines to get vision boards out for people because Google was not in existence. Are you understanding me? And today you have this simplicity of downloading images. And there's a thing called Canva. I don't even know what Canva is. And Canva is giving you images. And you guys are so lazy, you can't even get an image out. I asked for some vision boards. Only 3 people put up their names saying, I have vision boards to show. Come on, guys, wake up. Wake up. We can feed you, but we cannot chew the food for you. But